Okay, Pat. So I guess we got to go there. The sport of mixed martial arts seems to keep pushing us in this direction. So here we go. Appears to be some controversy surrounding last Saturday's main event between Curtis Blaydes and Alexander Volkov, one of the Cutmen, Don House, who's been with the UFC for quite some time. He's years. In fact, he's been with the UFC. Long time personality in boxing as well. He's a head coach for former champion Bermain Stavern as well. So well established in combat sports. But anyway, along with his cutman duties, he also found time to promote the conspiracy theory network. What, QAnon, is that how that's pronounced?
I think it's QAnon. I think it's
QAnon.
QAnon. Yes, I'm not sure. I believe so.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure some conspiracy will explain why we can't pronounce their name properly. But he wore their logo patches and some select phrases that they like to champion on his clothes, and it was considered a violation of the outfitting policy. Let's not forget that this is the reason why Stitch Duran is no longer with the UFC because he lost. He wanted to keep sponsorships that he had on his apparel, and until Reebok essentially threw that out the window. Now, Pat, I mean, what do you make of this? I mean, we've this the symbol for this conspiracy theory circle jerk or whatever they are. Has crept its way into our sport twice within a week. Let's not forget that atop of Jackson Week MMA Academy in Albuquerque, one of their flags was seen flying as well. So, what's going on, bro? What are we doing here?
So it's one of those things where this is a popular kind of group of people that follow this. I know someone that follows this very well, and they basically essentially believe that this anonymous person drops these hints that are then found later on in real life in different scenarios. I believe that's the gist of it. Essentially, online they post something, and then you find it in a political rally, or you find it in a martial arts on top of a martial arts gym, or some kind of revelation of some deep state conspiracy kind of going on is the gist of it. So with all of that being said, I think it's interesting that again you had the incident at Jackson Wink. You have a Cutman putting it on now. This is an organization that's been labeled as a domestic terror threat by the FBI. It's an organization that has given MMA's kind of image and its roots and some of the fans it attracts. I'm not surprised that it's kind of rooted in some of the people you may see within the sport. That being said, I really think this is just a scenario of, one guy going out and putting that stuff on. I don't know that I think it is strange. You see it twice, in a couple of weeks in our sport, but I'm also not surprised, I guess is the best way to say it. You're going to have people that have their beliefs and do that. I'm not sure what, if any, action they've taken against the Cutman for that. I think that'll be interesting to see what the UFC does here is important. If the UFC just lets this slide, especially after they let go of Stitch Duran, given his grievances about it, that'll speak more to the organization as a whole and will kind of be the organization allowing this to happen. It will be their silent support, so to speak, of not doling out punishment when, frankly, he broke the sponsorship rules. So I think that's important. And I think other than that, it's just kind of, welcome to the wacky world of MMA, man. Where else are you going to see QAnon symbols and such? What's another sport? I can't think of one.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, NASCAR showing more sense now than MMA. So there's that. So I think it's important also to note a point that you brought up here about what happened with Stitch Duran and juxtaposing that to what potential punishment might be in store for Don House. I actually spoke with Don House. I want to say it was immediately after Stitch Duran was let go. It was very soon after that time. And remember the now meme Dana White saying Stitch was never my friend.
Yeah.
Well, Don House is actually Dana White's friend. This is they are actually friends. So I'm very curious as to if their friendship is going to prevent any real um, tangible punishment being thrown at Don here. So we've seen Dana White play favorites with people he likes. We've seen fighters that he particularly likes as people get preference as far as title shots are concerned. We've seen, I can recall the story of Dennis Hallman after missing weight and not being able to compete for some event and just completely breaking down as far as the event was concerned. Dana White paid him his show and win money because he liked him. So we've seen favoritism about. So I wonder if this is going to be the case here. Now, but I think the more important issue is the prevalence of this sort of ideology that seems to be just so common in the sport. I am at a loss trying to figure out what is it about MMA that attracts this sort of mentality. I don't know. Can you help me?
I could try, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, it's one of those things where this sport has always attracted the wild and wacky. If you go back to Pride, even Ryzen with the freak show fights. If you look at if you look at some of the things, we've always been kind of that circus attraction of a sport, right? We've had Herschel Walker fight in our sport. We've had Jose Canseco fight in our sport. It's yeah, exactly. And so the sport in itself has always attracted a unique audience is the way I will put it. And whether that's people from all sorts of backgrounds, it's a unique audience that believes certain unique things. My dad is a Harvard graduate who got his doctorate from Harvard, is a political science professor, and he likes it okay, but he could never really get into it. He just never could. Super educated, it's whatever. He also doesn't have any weird quirks, or not that many that I know of anyway. My uncle, on the other hand, also extremely intelligent guy, but is kind of more of does his own thing, has done his own kind of thing in life, I think he pretty much loves it. So it's a weird, but he also has very own quirks where he probably could have been a political science professor or something along those lines, and decided some type of doctorate graduate. He has the intelligence for it, but he has weird quirks and things he believes in. But he loves the sport. I don't know. That's a really terrible, long-winded way to say I have no idea how to help you with what you're thinking. Is what it comes down to. It's unique backgrounds. You get unique people that like the sport.
Well, I know I'm a weirdo, so I mean,
me too. Yeah,
we're just not normal human beings. That's just
it's just what it is. It's weirdos like the sport. That's the easiest way to put it. So it attracts those people.
We got to do better.
I mean, there's that. There's but yeah.
So I was gonna try to find some like Pizzagate joke to make, but I can't think of anything on the fly right now. So whatever.
Yeah.
Just deep state conspiracies, and cage fighting, all in a day's work.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have to look at, the only conspiracy that I'm following right now is the Darren Till conspiracy of putting his face at other people's pictures, and the Mike Perry trying to get Mike Perry's to accept his apology. So that's there you go. That's got to be part of the deep state. I bet. I think that's the thing. So I don't know. That's what I'm rolling.
Definitely some code in there to reveal the plan to overhaul the government. So there's that.
Yeah. There you go. There's.
My soul can't take this any longer. So like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell that friend to tell 10 more friends. Stay beautiful, stay positive, stay sexy. I'm Ant. That's Pat. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.